It's Rachel and John, because Rachel did come in hot on two wheels, and our guest here wanted the toast, so you're here. So
who are guests?
Our Robby Incmikoski.
Look at you knowing how to say that name.
Right, and a legend, even at this young age in Pittsburgh. But you both welcome to the set, so go ahead.
Thank you. All right, salute. Wait, are you a salute, a cilantro? What are you?
No.
Salute?
Salute, yeah.
Back.
Yeah, salute.
Did you see that look he gave me?
Had a drink on camera finally. From the Space Cowboys at the Space Bar. That was outstanding.
Yeah.
Man,
It is. Get a little secret. I had one before I came on camera. Promise I won't be slurring my words.
Could not tell.
Well, welcome, but I said this down.
Glad you're here. John had waited 8 years for you to be here.
I remember, you know what's funny? I remember when you originally had asked me to come on, I was an announcer for the Pirates at the time, and my then boss, who's a wonderful guy, so if you see this, Doug Johnson, I love you.
So it's okay.
But I disagreed with your premise that I couldn't go on this podcast because he didn't like the name YaJagoff. And he's like, well, how is going on YaJagoff benefit us? I'm like, it's lighthearted, Doug. It's fun. Yeah, none of it's offensive.
Yeah.
They celebrate our wonderful city of Pittsburgh, and they want to, just have a chat.
Well, we appreciate So, Doug, we invite you next. You're us.
Doing all 3 days in the making, everything great. It takes time.
I would highly recommend people go to the Space Bar Market Square. It's always good. And they're up.
Fantastic. Their outfits are awesome. And speaking of taking some time, so you have done so many sports type things, and now you are trying your hand at book writing. You are an author.
I don't.
Ish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we went to the printer a couple nights ago, so it's kind of a crazy process. I literally stopped. I worked last year, so to give you a little bit of backstory, since spent 16 years as an announcer in Major League Baseball. I was with the Minnesota Twins for 4 years.
Okay.
Before I came here to the Pirates, I spent 11 years with the Pirates, and I love Pittsburgh. I'm born and raised in Philadelphia. Go ahead, rip me. I don't control where I'm born. But born and raised in Philadelphia, and then I went to the Texas Rangers last year, and just decided it was my 16th year as a baseball announcer, and I didn't really want to chase another job around the country because I felt pretty fulfilled with my career. I didn't get ripped off. I wasn't really bitter or angry about anything. I mean, it just happened. Sportsnet Pittsburgh came in and took over. They didn't want me, and that happens. Sure is part of the business, right? It happens. So I decided to sit down and look at all the photos that I had taken over the years. I traveled with a digital camera since the 2017 season with the Pirates and with the Rangers and took pictures. I would go to the ballpark about an hour early and just take a bunch of pictures of each place because I love ballparks. And one day, my vision really, originally, to be quite honest with you, was just to make a little album to keep on my own coffee table. So when friends came over, they could just look at a bunch of cool pictures.
I love that. And like a keepsake.
Sure. And then I've had an author, Kyle Fager, who wrote the book with me. He lives in McCandless, local guy here. We're about 130 books. And said, hey, man, let's just call everybody I know around baseball and see if we can tell a few stories. And we ended up doing 122 interviews. We did a 238-page book. It's a coffee table photo book, 9 by 12. Then you open it, goes up, 2 feet wide when you open it. Bunch of pictures, bunch of stories, anecdotes. Sometimes we got the main story. Sometimes we got the story behind the story of some of the biggest moments of baseball or what the everyday experience is like at each ballpark around baseball.
I love that. So different. It's not the give me your best player and let's hear your deal.
Correct. Yeah, and it wasn't just take pictures of what the ballpark looks like. There's some of the access points, some of the unique artwork, some of the retired numbers, some of the unique things that you see around baseball, because anybody who likes baseball, and as I traveled the league for 16 years, I realized there are a lot of people who want to see all 30 ballparks.
Sure.
So I've been very fortunate to make a living going to all 30 ballparks, and I did it for 16 years, and it was a lot of fun. So I decided to utilize all that relationship capital that I had built over the years and called everybody up. And if I didn't know somebody, I called somebody who knew them.
Yeah.
And put me in connection with people, and it worked out really, really well.
So you had a lot of street cred putting this book together, huh?
I feel like I had some. I'm not going to sit here and pat myself on the back, but I'm really proud of the product that we put out there. We worked extremely hard. And to be honest with you, I didn't pursue a job, and I didn't make any money for the last year while I did this, because I knew if I was going to be successful and have to produce, if I was going to produce the best imaginable product, I was going to have to dedicate everything I had to it. So that's exactly what I did for the last year. So people ask, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm doing nothing. I'm just writing a book.
So
And I saved money, and I did the math, and I was able to pay my bills and still do it.
Is it like asking a parent their favorite kid? Like, no, do you know if they too
No.
stories?
No, well, there's a lot of great stories in there, but probably the one I'm most proud of. Obviously, you know who Jackie Robinson? Yes, right? Do you know who broke the American League color barrier? And it's not a trick question. I'm not trying to.
No,
blast. So it's Larry Doby. Okay. It was 81 days after Jackie Robinson made his major league debut. Larry Doby made his debut for the Cleveland Indians. It was July 5th, 1947, when he made his debut. And Larry's son is a friend of mine, Larry Jr., and he told the story about his father, what it was like being Larry Doby's son. Larry, who had to deal with all the awful things that Jackie dealt with, but didn't get a lot of the credit that Jackie got. Well, but yeah, as a dad, Larry raised his son to remember all the good guys and remember all the guys that treated him well. So that was a really cool story that he shared with us, Josie, in the book called Sacred Grounds.
I was actually going to go the route of in terms of ballparks because you talk about that as well. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, so
it's PNC.
Nothing tops PNC Park, and that's not even biased. That's just true. Anywhere you go around baseball, PNC Park is the most beautiful place in all Yeah, when you look at the setup, look, the teams had their struggles. I know Bob Nutting's an easy target, all that. I get all that. But the team, they work really hard. There are a lot of competent people in that organization. There are people that work extremely hard to put that organization in position to have success. The results haven't been what they, fans have wanted to, and that's obvious. But they're working hard. I don't think they're that far away. That's on the baseball side. Sure. When you look at the ballpark, they did renovations 4 years ago, I believe. And Janet Marie Smith, the lady who did the renovations at PNC Park, actually wrote the foreword in my book.
Oh, wow.
And she designed Camden Yards, essentially. Oh, okay. And Camden Yards is my second favorite ballpark. So when you ask, Pittsburgh and Baltimore are my two favorite ballparks. Okay, I had a chance.
Wasn't Camden Yards or the field in Cleveland, Jacob Field?
Jacob Field.
Because wasn't that the start of this new era?
No, it was Toronto at first.
Oh, okay.
And then it was Baltimore was second after that. All right. So the Jake came in the 90s. I think it was 94 when Jacobs Field, not known as Progressive, 94 was the hell is built. Okay, I'm just kidding. A couple of years after that, Baltimore was like the new ballpark, and it's maintained its charm over the decades, and it's kind of timeless. And the way they designed it is just gorgeous. So for any baseball fans out there that, you really want to see a ballpark that you can get to relatively inexpensively, you can get in your car, drive 4 hours, and be at Baltimore. And it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg as if you'd have to fly somewhere. Robbie, can people pre-order them? Yes, they can. It's at my website, RobbyInc.com. The big box outlets online just take way too much of a percentage. Yeah. So I produced it with a team at Ascender Book Services, and people go on and pre-order right now. $55, only charge a $5 shipping. And I have a website that is kind of parallel to the book with thousands more pictures. Oh, wow. Interviews, transcripts.
It's like the Patreon.
Yes.
That's nice to see.
What's it's out there, and we just have a bunch more information out there. So if you like baseball, you're going to love this book on the website. That's my promo, that's what I got for you.
Just a reminder, it's John and Rachel. It's late night. We're finally talking to Robbie because John has literally been waiting. Between you and Greg Brown, I don't know that this guy could go on. He just...
It's silly string, as a matter of fact. He sprayed us with silly string. Yes, he did. He let us out. Pissed us just us. What can I think of something like that?
So we definitely want people to buy your book. We want people to patron you. We recognize you as a Pittsburgher, but you have to answer our question of the day. And did you bring us a junk drawer?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Is it a 50-some page book? No.
No, it's poop emoji. There's a great story behind this. You mentioned Boomer. Can I tell a very quick story?
Absolutely, yeah.
So friends of mine, Paul Hill, Tracy White, they're the first fans that kind of followed my career. I was an in-arena host for the Bowie Bay Sox. It's a AA baseball team at Bowie, Maryland, 30 minutes outside of Baltimore. And I did that also for the Baltimore Blast soccer team. They're still in existence too, an indoor soccer team.
Okay.
And they kind of followed my career the whole way since I was in between innings host for a AA baseball team. And I would always use the poop emoji when they would text me certain things, or when we would lose a bad game, I would just send it. So Tracy kind of loved that I did it, and she sent me so many different poop emoji things. So I have a pen, a keychain, and a rake, paper hole. So she sent me 3 of these. Now sadly we lost Rachel 2019, November 2019, but I keep a couple of these, and I want this to go in your junk drawer just because of the story that's behind it.
Sean, I feel like we're gonna use this. Like it's the dish. This is so
Yeah, no, so leave each other, spread out.
Oh, we will. Oh, there's down. Think of me. We so much more behind this than
Oh, yes. No, I love that. All right, John, what is the question of the day?
Your kind of gas for the day is really based upon your book, being knowing that baseball fields are essentially sacred ground. But when you go back to your childhood, what's that one sacred ground, playground, woods, place you play?
You know what? I was thinking about this as you were going over this with previous guests.
Yeah.
So for me, this is going to sound crazy, but I swear this is the truth. My buddies and I, growing up, when we were in grade school and high school, we loved to play street hockey. It was our favorite thing to do. So at night, and I was not a kid that really ran around the streets a lot. I was always playing ball, and my mom would say, get home, right? I have to be within shouting distance because we didn't have cell phones, obviously, showing our ages. But we would always go to the overpass outside the old Veterans Stadium. So it was on 10th Street, and I-76, which takes you to the Walton Bridge. If anybody's been, there was an overpass. We used to tape our hockey net at nighttime, and we would set
Stop
it up.
it.
And we would sit up under the overpass, and we would play hockey under there at night.
have anxiety.
And that was my way. But it was under the overpass, so it was only the traffic on 10th Street we had to worry about. But they always saw us coming. At least none of us died. None of us got hit by a car, so we lived to tell about it. But we loved doing it. It was my favorite thing to do. Friday and Saturday nights, we would play until I was late enough where I knew I was going to get yelled at, but not too late where I wasn't going to get grounded and be able to play hockey again. So that
was a great story.
That is the next book. Where did you play hockey in the dangerous places when you were a kid?
And we're actually going to produce a new book every opening day. That's my goal from now on. Not going to be as comprehensive as this one. I'm going to launch a new book every opening day. This one's going to be more text and with some photos, but to try to tell just the story behind the story because it kind of took off a little bit as we were mentioning it to some people and showing it. People showed some interest, so we're going to try to do it.
Well, you'll know who to hit up. Let Tracy know so that we can get you back. One more time, what is your website so the people...
So the book is called Sacred Grounds, and it's being sold only on my website, Robby. It's ROBDYINC.com. And I would love to have you check it out. You can see the sample pages on there. You can see photos. You can see the interviews that we have posted so far and tours around each ballpark.
Just hit.
John,
Do it.
we're so glad you were here. We need to bring you back. We need to talk more. It is John and Rachel, YaJagoff Late Night. Next up is music by Eric Pappy Wingrad. I need to find out why it's Pappy.